How you doing? It's today, and this is Big Jim. Alright, so just shy of 370,000 miles. The Chrysler Town and Caravan, the computer finally went out on it and had done enough work to it, and it had enough other problems coming up that decided to call it quits on that thing. So I'm out here in this super cramped garage. Got the quad backed right up to the car and the snowmobile and just all kinds of other stuff that's really got things cramped in here. But figured to go ahead and show you the new ride here, which basically I'm working on de-ricing. It wasn't riced out too bad, but somebody thought that maybe they'd wow man, I can't even get a good shot on this thing up in here. They thought they would make a rally car out of it, basically, from what I heard. Luckily they hadn't got too far with ricing it out too bad. You see I still got this one sticker on here. It says 2014, so it wasn't too long ago when I got it. This the back trunk lid here had plastic dip all over it. So I cleaned all that crap off there, and it also had, you know, I guess apparently the front had been wrecked because it has hood pins here, which I'm working on putting back together. Basically yesterday I spray painted the hood, which seems to match pretty darn good. The hood pins are functional, and that's just because the core support in the front is broke. Man, that's super dark. Anyway, the core support's broke, so it does need the hood pins. I still got to put the metal pieces back on there. So the paint's dry today. I'm going to get those back on there, and that's the one thing that's going to have to say, just because it needs that. The hood's all dicked, which you can tell. It must have... After they put the hood on, they must have replaced it, because the hood's black on the underneath. So it's been replaced once, and it probably flipped back. It's got a little bit of a dent up on the roof. You can see the clear coat's all coming off. But basically I picked this thing up for pretty fucking cheap, and it's only got 165,000 miles on the clock. So I haven't been driving it too much yet, just because the guy before me, he never serviced the timing belt, and he has no idea when it was done before. The interior is real nice and clean still. Luckily, the only thing that they've done is crashed out this one vent right here and put this boost gauge in. So other than that, the interior is still all intact, luckily. So once the weather gets a little better, it's just cocked outside. It's windy and cold, even though it's the end of April. But basically today, like I said yesterday, I painted the hood because it was black, and then they had plastic dipped the mirrors. You know, the mirrors are still black. I haven't done that yet. It's the only part that's still got the plastic dip on there, and I'm gonna get that shit off there too. But then they also did that, like I said, to the trunk, and I already got all that off there, which just blows my mind, man. I mean, the paint's still good. And I don't know why, you know, I don't know why somebody would do that, but I guess they thought it looked cool. So, and I just used WD-40. It didn't come off near as good as I saw other people doing it on the internet. It peels right off and shit, but it didn't really peel right off. It was kind of a pain in the dick. Took a little time, but it was worth it, man. I mean, looks way better than it did. So anyway, today I figured I'd give you a little look. I'm going to be doing some stuff to it. I'm waiting on the mailman. He's bringing a timing belt kit, some other belts, and I'm getting a fuel pump and I mean, who knows what this car's really been through. I know that the trans pan's bashed in a little bit in one of the corners, so I got a new trans pan on its way too. I'm gonna do filter kit and change the fluid because it doesn't shift like it should. It's an auto quattro 1.8 turbo, so gotta give a little leeway to spruce her up a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. But we won't be doing any ricer mods to it or nothing. Like I said, the only thing that's going to be left on here is those hood pins, and those are functional and they're necessary because there is no latch. There is no latch because the frickin' core's crashed. Yeah, you can't even tell really. You can't see because it's so frickin' dark. But they got a comb filter over there with some frickin' wire holding it, and a little heat shield by the turbo to keep that from getting too faded. But at any rate, I thought we'd shoot a quick little video and show you what I'm gonna be working with here. Let's open this door and see what it's like outside. Yeah, just fucking nasty outside, but looks like the paint matches pretty good. And it's got some different headlights and some fog lights, and all the wiring is fucking janky from them trying to patch shit in there or whatever. But I got the grill over here on the trash can. Need to get that back on there, and put the fucking hood pin things back in there, and the washer squirters and stuff. And man, looking on this video, that paint looks like it matches real good. So that's way better. The hood used to be all black. I'm going to show you probably from the other side now. So that's how black it used to, that's basically what the hood looked like. It had plastic dip on it too. So there's 1.8 turbo. It's not been dicked with too bad, so that's good. You can see over there, you got comb filter right there, right next to the turbo, like a fool. Luckily there is at least that heat shield that is strapped on there good. So anyway, waiting on the mailman. He's bringing timing kits, got water pump, and got all new belts coming for it and stuff, and like I said, a fuel pump. And just thought we'd have a look at it now before it got too far along. Like I said, I'm gonna take this crap off the mirrors too, so we can get back to red, just because I don't like that. But picked it up for a song. I can't tell you which one, or I might be facing copyright infringement, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, there it is. It's a 99. Got a little baby turbocharger on it. I've had several turbo cars, but I've never seen such small turbos on this thing, man. But anyway, until next time, see you then. Alright, so the mailman came by and I got this box of goods here. Got water pump belt there, serpentine belt there, and got a new fuel pump here, which doesn't necessarily need. I mean, the thing does run and runs and drives good. So it is a little hard to start after it's been started. Like in the morning it starts no problem, but then after it's run for a minute, not a minute, but after you run it and drove it, it is a little bit hard to start. I haven't checked the fuel pressure yet or nothing, but I mean, like I said, with 170 on the clock, that thing doesn't seem like it's been taken care of very good. So I figured instead of risk it, I'll just go ahead and get that and put a new fuel pump in it and not have to worry about it. I got this Gates timing belt kit here, which I was a little bummed to see. I mean, this belt, it's a Gates kit, right? But this belt doesn't say Gates on it. So I don't know what this fucking situation is with that. It says made in the UK, which this camera probably won't focus on, but anyway, it's got the belt and water pump and relay roller and new tensioner and all that jazz up in there, so I'm not going to unwrap all that stuff now. But anyway, there's the first part of the stuff. At least then I won't have to worry about just demolishing the motor right off the bat. So anyway, there you have it. Alright, it's today, so here's the fancy spray painted hood we got on the Audi there, and it looks like she matches pretty good. Today's the day we're gonna get the timing belt kit put on there. First we got to get in here and get this quad out of the way. I'm gonna push that outside for now and get the car in here and start taking that sucker apart. Okay, so it's been a couple hours since I pulled the old pig in here, and you can see this is where we're at now. And you know, I've had lunch and stuff like that. I haven't been working on it the whole time, but so you know, really? Alright, so as you saw there in the last clip, just like always, my frickin' battery's dead when I'm in the middle of trying to record some stuff. So being that it wasn't a super lengthy process and stuff, I mean, basically by the time the battery was charged, I was in the middle of finishing things up, and I didn't get any footage of actually finishing the job or whatever. I mean, it wasn't meant to be a how-to video or anything like that. So basically it's all buttoned up and back together now, and you know, there you go. So that's first thing I did to the car, just because I don't want the thing to frickin' bend all the valves, and I had no idea what kind of condition that stuff was in. Turned out the tensioner didn't look very old. The belt wasn't, you know, frayed or damaged or anything. The water pump didn't feel as good as the new one. So anyway, it's just a good peace of mind to know that I got that stuff in there and it's good to go. And the next thing I need to do is, once I get the transmission filter kit, which apparently wasn't available from the people I ordered it from, even though it was available when I bought it, so they had to refund my money. So I got a trans pan sitting in the other room. I just need to get a filter kit for it, and I can take care of the transmission shifting issue more than likely. So that'll be the next thing going on. Other than that, I need to get the PCV pieces for it. They're basically like normal, you know, rotted off and broken, and somebody's got it all rigged up. So that'll be the other thing as well. So anyway, until next time, you should probably go ahead and subscribe, whatnot, see what else happens with the Audi. See you then.